So you can have the churu, and you're gonna touch the. Let me just show you my hand, right? Okay. So you're gonna have the cat come in, head here, butt away from you, and then you're gonna use the churu the whole time, and the cat
Mm-hmm.
has to be licking the whole time. And
Mm-hmm.
what we're gonna do is, if this is the cat's paw in front of you, the first thing you can do is put like one finger on it. Normally, but we know she's okay with it, right? You would normally
Yes.
have one finger while she's licking the churu. Some cats, even that's a little bit scary. Once the cat's oblivious to that, and it may take, you know, 1 minute, it may take days, then the next thing is we pet with the one finger. And then after we, and again, I'm just starting from scratch just because we're recording it, right?
Of
But
course.
otherwise,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know she's past
Totally.
it. But you would pet with the one finger. After that, then you could pet with all of your fingers, right? And again, the whole time she's eating churro. Then after you pet with all of your fingers, the next step is you're not going to hold the hand. You're because I don't want her to feel trapped. You're just going to slide your hand along the contour of her paw, and you can think of it as you're sliding between her paw and the floor, so that she's, instead of stepping on the floor, now she's stepping on your hand. Get her comfortable with just that while she's eating the churro. While she's, yes, while she's comfortable eating the churro with that, then you could take your thumb and you can kind of like pet the top while she's her paws in your hand, right?
Okay.
After she's used to that, the next step after is you're going to start playing in between the toe beans with your fingertips.
Okay.
Once she's comfortable with that, the next step is you're going to start pressing the toe beans to get the claw to come out, right?
Mm.
Because that's how we're going to have to clip. We're going to have the claw come out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once the cat is completely comfortable with that, with like the pressing and then like a lot of rubbing, then the cat's ready for us to work on clipping the nails. You want to practice, you want to do all of those steps with each paw. But normally I have people start with just the front two paws. Let's just get to the point of being able to clip the front two paws. Then we can worry about clipping the back paws later, right?
Got it.
Um, because it is important that this they get acclimated to the feel of you playing with the paw. And so if you only do it with the left paw, she'll never let you clip her right, for example. It has to be
Right.
the specific paw we need to clip. And then um, I do find actually, yeah, I do find that the baby food jar is easier to do this with than the churro. But for now, we'll
Oh.
go ahead and use the churro. But I actually even will put a jar of baby food right in front of me here because it can last a long time. They can lick the baby food jar while I do this because later when I need to clip nails, I need both hands. So the
Wow,
baby food
that's
jar will
smart.
actually work better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the churro, something I've done in the past is I'll tuck the churro into my thigh, but I have to
Mm.
keep going back to squeeze it every so often. That's
Mm-hmm.
the only
Mm-hmm.
downside. Um,
Okay.
then the thing is you want to continually play with the paw while you're giving treats for the rest of the life of the cat. But you don't have to do it all the time. Twice a week is enough, right? Because if you just stop giving treats while you're playing with the paw, you're going to start all over again. But if
Right.
you twice a week, at least just one churro, one jar of baby food, twice a week, play with all the paws while the cat's eating, then you can clip nails anytime. Um, what the way I clip the nails, and I'm just kind of, because we're recording again, I'm kind of like walking you through the whole thing.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
When I clip the nails, I love I'll send you a link to it. I love a spring type of nail clipper. It's really cheap. It's like, I don't know, $8. And I like the spring version because it's very quick and it's very sharp. And so when you have a claw like this, most people tend to clip it like we would clip a human nail, right? Like this.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is the cat's nail is different from a human nail. And when you do this, you tend to fray it. Not
Mm.
just that, but when you're looking from the top, you cannot see the quick of the cat, that pink part.
Mm-hmm.
And if we cut the pink part, they'll bleed. It won't stop bleeding for a while. Now you make them scared of clipping because it hurt. So instead of clipping this way, I have people, or I like to turn it sideways. So what I see is the side of the claw.
Mm.
And if I turn it sideways and then I clip this way. So this is what, pretend this is the top view where my eyes are. This is what I see, and I see the quick. I see exactly where I'm supposed to clip, and it doesn't fray.
Oh,
Yeah, most people will just automatically treat it like a human nail, but it's not, right? This is the
smart.
much easier. And so because her paws are down in front of you, you're gonna turn her paw slightly, and think of our hand, right? You're not gonna turn my hand this way. That's super uncomfortable, but I am okay turning my hand this way. So when you
Mm,
turn her paw, imagine where, you know where her thumb is. Just think of how her paw can twist a little bit one way versus the other is more comfortable. I mean, I know we can do it both ways, but okay, paws down, right?
mm-hmm.
I can go like this.
Right. So it's like
Where
her
I can go the
pinky
direction of the
side
thumb,
is
pinky side coming
moving
down to the floor.
inward.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're like this and I try to make your hand like this, now you've
Yeah.
just twisted my whole arm. So
That's
just be
uncomfortable. Yeah.
cognizant of that when you're turning her paw to be able to see the claws sideways, which way you're turning it. And because we don't want to hurt them, it's a very small turn movement, enough to clip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's pretty much it. So we can I'll keep recording if you don't mind, and
Sure.
we can go ahead and play with her paws.
Okay. Doris. Here you are.
Okay. So the try to get her to turn her body so she's completely facing you, like you're making the shape of a
Like
T
this.
with your body and her. Yeah, good. And we just have to be very careful when we're lifting the paw later on when we clip, that we're not making her unbalanced.
Right.
So,
Oh,
and even bring her a little closer to you. Let her lick. She has to be licking the whole time that you're touching.
all
Bring her a
right.
little closer with the lick so you're not reaching forward too much. Okay. Yep. And then have the hand. Yeah, great. You see how her paw came closer now? Touch, just touch. Great. She's oblivious, gentle, slow, slow. Not quick,
Okay.
slow petting. Hmm. Bring her closer, a little closer. I want her to step forward. There you go. Now you could do it. Touch first, and then very slow. You see how it's very different for her than the quick movements?
Yes.
Yeah. Now use 2 fingers. Slow. And the whole time she has to be looking. If she stops looking, stop moving. Now all your fingers. Okay. Squeeze more of that. Go back, squeeze the chew and fold the back, because I want to make sure
Okay.
it's easy for you to squeeze it. Like literally take it with 2 hands, like a toothpaste, roll it
Mm.
up. So it's easier for you to squeeze one-handed. Bring her close again. Bring her closer to you with the churu. Have her step forward. Closer, closer, closer. One more step. One, there you go. Now, gentle, slow. And then, so she's actually not ready for you to have your hand come under her paw because
Mm,
she's still
yeah.
stepping back. You see that? So
Right.
this is the step you're going to work on. She has to be completely oblivious to this. And so
Right.
I would work on this for a couple days to 1 week.
Okay.
When she's finally oblivious, and then you could do the hand under.
Okay.
And then
So
if you're
one
having a hard
week,
time with
right?
it, yeah, about a week. And then if you're having a hard time getting your hand under, we can always hop on another chat. What
Okay.
but the whole process of clipping nails is like a 3-week process to get them used to it.
Mm.
3 to 4 weeks. I don't rush
Mm-hmm.
it because
Mm-hmm.
the cats never get touched on their paw, and so it's very foreign to them.